Hey guys, welcome to this week's video of Wofford Farms in Farmstead. Now I'm videoing this from East Texas. I'm actually in Queen City, Texas, and it's over in East Texas, and I'm down here with our church, Life Changer Church, and we're at a youth camp down here in East Texas, and so this video is coming via Queen City, Texas. And so welcome to my channel. This week though, I am showing you the chuck roast that I promised you last week, and the video was just too long, so I had to cut it, and I'll show it to you this week. So I'll be showing you some highlights from youth camp. That'll be in the video, and then I've got the chuck roast video in there. So I hope you enjoy this video. Be sure and hit that like and subscribe button, the notification button if you want to be notified when we have new videos. But I just ask you to like and comment anything you want to see. I'll add to my channel, but I appreciate you watching, and enjoy this video. Hey, today I'm going to be smoking on the Yoder Smoker YS640 pellet grill. I'm going to try something new today that I've never done before. I've got a beef chuck roast that came from the cow that we butchered. It says it's about 4 pounds. That's probably close. I didn't weigh it exactly, but right at the 4-pound range. And so we're going to be smoking that on the Yoder Smoker. I've done plenty of briskets, had great success with briskets, pork, shoulders, but a chuck roast, normally we would either do that in the Instapot pressure cooker, or we would do it in a crock pot and just cook it all day and let it break apart almost like a stew meat. So it's interesting that we're going to do this on the smoker, and I'm going to do it hot and fast. I'm going to do it 300 degrees. Don't know about the time. I'm going to have to probe it and see what the temps start running, but I'll let you know on the time as we go along. But it's going to be, instead of low and slow, it's going to be hot and fast. So we'll see how this turns out, and how it tastes and the texture and all that good stuff. So we'll let you know. See you soon. Came out here to check on the chuck roast, and we're setting at 300 on temperature, and then my probe is setting at 152. So I just hit the 150 mark. I'm trying to get to 205, which is the same as the brisket. And so I'm going to go ahead and essentially wrap this, even though I'm going to use a silver pan. I've got one of these small basting pans, and so what I put in there, what I've learned is from butchering our own cow, basically the cow that we butchered had very low fat. It was very lean beef, which is good. It's healthy, much healthier for you. But because it's lean beef, then when I go to do braising and all that, it doesn't produce its own juices like store-bought beef would. Because, you know, in the store they add, there's hormones to the cow, and then they add water to make the beef look more plump when you go to buy it. I didn't know if you knew that or not, but they are selling you, well, basically water and beef, and so you're paying for stuff that's going to get baked out or cooked out. And so anyway, this cow doesn't have that, and so what I've learned is I've got to add a little bit of moisture back in there. So what I've got in here is I've got 1 cup of beef stock, and just off-the-shelf beef stock, nothing fancy. 1 cup of beef stock, and then a ½ cup of Head Country barbecue sauce. Whisk it together, put a little bit of my barbecue seasoning in there, and I'm using the trail dust seasoning. I put just a little bit in there, whisk it. I just sprinkled a little bit. I didn't measure it, but just a little bit there. Sprinkled it in, whisk it in. So I'm going to set the beef in there. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it or not, but I've got some water pooling. I've got some separating from the chuck bone, and so everything's looking really good. So I'll get this wrapped up, put back in there. I'm going to crank my heat to 350 and finish the basting at a little bit higher heat. Like I said, we're going high and fast, not low and slow today. So yeah, you can see it there. I mean, it's a good presentation. Got the probe in there. Hopefully it won't burn myself here. So we'll get the probe out of there, and we'll put the beef, let's see, I think I can get it in there. Get the lid on it real tight. Well, it smells delicious, if that's any indication. I'm not going to put my probe back in there because I don't want to puncture my deal. So I'll go ahead and pull my probe out of the smoker. Go ahead and pull that out. Got that back on the top shelf. I'm gonna shut it, go to 350 on my temperature. I'm guessing, I'll have to come out here, open the lid and probe it manually, but I'm guessing an hour and a half to 2 hours till we get a finished product. The chuck roast has been on for 3 hours now, and I'm gonna open it up and probe it, temperature check it, see kind of where we're at. When I had the probe in there, if you'll remember, we were at 152, I think, 53, somewhere in that range. And I'm trying to get to 205. I didn't leave my probe in there because I've got it sealed. And so I'm gonna open it up, see where we're at, test for tenderness, and test for temperature as well. So in case you guys didn't know, if you're out there in the barbecue world and you didn't know about this, the best way to handle the hot items like this is I've got cotton gloves on, and then I've got my nitrails over that. So the cottons will protect my hands from getting burned, and the nitrails are obviously the food safe, so kind of the best way to check stuff. So let me pull it out here real quick. A little bit of juice still in there. We're not dry because I can feel it sloshing around. So actually, let me get it back up here on the second shelf so you guys can see it. I still don't know if you can see it or not here. Gonna have to, oh, I think it's done. I've got it pulling away from the bone. Let me get my temperature probe on here. Tenderness is good. It's probing really easy when I stick it in there. Yeah, we just passed 198, 200. Yeah, this is done. Trying to get right next to this bone and see what that tells me. Yeah, I'm probing 201, 203, and so I'm gonna go ahead and pull this off, let it rest. Been 3 hours into the cook, so I'm gonna let it rest, and I think by letting it rest, obviously, as you know, it's gonna go ahead and continue to cook. So I'm gonna shut my smoker down. Get this wrapped back up. I think I'm just gonna leave it set in there while my smoker power's off. So I'm gonna go ahead and power my smoker off, get it powering down, and I'm gonna let that set in there. I'm gonna probably leave it in there, I don't know. My smoker will take about 10 minutes to cool down and shut off. The fan's running right now, so it's still circulating heat. I think I'll probably come back in about 20 minutes and pull it off. When I get inside the house, I'll open it up, show it to you, and let you see the final product. I'll get a better camera angle. That way I can show it to you. And we'll make some side dishes. I think we're gonna do some plain mashed potatoes and gravy. I don't think we're getting too elaborate on our sides today. It's later in the evening, so you know, we just basically eat and be done. And so I do know we are gonna pick some lettuce from our garden. So we will have a fresh salad with lettuce from our garden. I do know that. But other than that, probably just some mashed potatoes and go from there. We'll see you inside. All right, here's our finished product. As you can see, we got a good smoke ring on there. It's sliced up perfect. It's not shred tender, but I mean sliced like butter. Plenty of juice in the pan, the bone pulled away. No problem on pulling the bone away from the meat. And there's a whole nother piece right there. So we're gonna serve it with some baked potatoes and some fresh salad. Enjoy our meal.